It's not all about me in this game, as you all know. I often play in Division with a lot of very good players and good friends, and occasionally I pick up new people and try to help them with the grind and learn a few things about World of Warships Legends. This is a friend I've had a long time. It's Tom. I don't know if it's 45 Mile or Tom for Smile, but I'm in the Hyuga, he's in the Graf, and this is going to be a nail biter. Looking at the team sheet, we're here on Northern Waters. We've got a tier 4, tier 5 game. There's a couple of Hyugas there in division, so I'm immediately thinking, yeah, 2 full salvos plus a reload booster. That could be nasty. Those guys have got it all to lose. We start off the game in the centre and we decide that we are going to push straight across for a cap and get in there and do what we can. We know that, as with every game, people like to get tucked in behind islands, and to be honest, with a destroyer in the game or 2 destroyers in the game, what we really don't want to be doing is getting tied up in between those little islands and possibly getting ambushed and torpedoes. So open water is where we want to be, and so we're going to push across here. Our destroyer is pushing in, he's going to get things spotted, and we get dialed in on that first Hyuga. And we get the first salvo up. And as he is broadside, we're going to hit that reload booster right now. And I kind of wish I'd saved one of these for a little bit later in the game. The shells look good, but what do we get? 12k? Not too bad, but not a lot. And so we ripple fire the others out, hoping to get something a little bit better. But there's his friend, and I know that both of those are looking at me. There we go. There's a salvo coming in. We're going to turn into that. And we pick up about another 8k there off his friend. Ouch, 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 ouch. And they take about 9k off me. So we've got a Queen Elizabeth, we've got a Marblehead, we've got, I didn't say that, I think it was a Königsberg. They are tucked in behind that island already. And the thing is, when people get stuck behind islands like that, they limit their movement. There's only so much they can do. So we are going to push, we're going to play, we're going to try and force those guys out of there, while our destroyers are out there between B and C caps. That Königsberg, I am just damn unlucky because he disappears just behind those rocks, and it looks like they're going to drop over, and we get absolutely nothing from that one but fresh air. So we're looking at the Marblehead. He's slowly in reverse, and through experience with the game, quite often if a ship is going in reverse, he's looking at the big ships wondering when they're going to fire. And the thing to look for here is the smokestacks on the ship, because if a ship is going backwards, the smoke will go towards the front of the ship. But then if it changes direction, the smoke will go straight up before it starts going to the back of the ship. And also, if you click your auto aim, if it's going to the rear of the ship as it's tracking it, and then you zoom in again because you're not sure if he's coming forwards, it'll sort of shift back towards the midship, and then if you zoom again, it'll start leading the ship a little bit. So that's a little trick on firing your main guns on the battleships at these cheeky little broadside cruisers. But Tom is going to have an absolute stormer of a game, and I am going to have a little bit of a frantic game, but it's going to turn into a stormer too. We've already lost 2 of our ships. Red team have lost 1. The Königsberg, I'll correct myself on that one, is coming back out, and the Derpy Flinger is coming across as well. So we're going to bang some shots out at him and try and discourage him from sailing broadside, because we are pushing down this right side of the cap. Kind of wish a destroyer had come with us, because now they are just running away, and anybody that was on B cap has turned tail and they're heading for the hills. Now I'm looking at that Königsberg thinking, do I take 2 turrets on him? Do I turn out and angle a little bit more? This guy has got the look of the devil in him today, because both Tom and I are popping shots at him and neither of us seem able to kill him. Broadside Queen Elizabeth, Yep, let's get 4 turrets onto that one as well and turn in an angle a bit. Chung, 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 chung. Takes a little bit off us, but we managed to survive. Look, he's still alive. He's still alive. Let's get the shots on, but Tom gets the kill on that one with the Graf. It is 3 ships down to 2 ships down. Red team are on our cap. Our destroyer is running a million miles. There is a Ramat out there whose HE would be very handy if only that destroyer could get red team's destroyer spotted. We blat the Queen. Again, broadside battleship, and I know that they are quite strong on the bottom half of the hull on their armour, which is why I'm aiming slightly higher. But I'm still not getting really anything out of it. So I kind of asked that battleship, look, when you push down, can you push into the cap? Because we're going to try and flush these guys out, and if you're there, if we do flush these guys out, you're going to have some beautiful shots to lay on to this Queen Elizabeth and the cruiser. But here we have got a ship pushing down there. I'm sort of begging for this Derflinger to come out, and this guy obviously doesn't realise what the Derflinger's secondaries are left. I've slammed the brakes on. We're going for a full salvo here. We're thinking, is this a winner? No, it's not. Again. It's like, Jesus, what do I have to do to get a kill in this game? Because it seems that it is nigh on impossible. That guy is persevering with the Derflinger, but the Derflinger is just waiting for his next reload. And we're going to put the shots out there, but Tom picks it up with a Graf, saving that cruiser's life momentarily, I believe, because I think the Queen is going to absolutely bitch slap him in just a moment. So I'm looking to see what room I've got to manoeuvre. And there we go. The Queen takes him down for being both brave, but also a little bit stupid. But the pincer is in now. Tom is going around the corner. He's in the Graf. He has torpedoes. He's got to give a little bit of skin up to get those torpedoes away. But they are indeed away. Tick, tick, tick. Are they going to connect? Can't see from here, but there you go. That is another one for Tom. So we are going to continue. We're actually going to sail around the south side of this island, and there are 2 destroyers still out here for Red Team. We've lost everything but myself, Tom, and that battleship that has just about made its way into A cap. We're spotted. Yeah. Those destroyers we know can get within point blank range of us before they launch their torpedoes, and that is going to be a tough call for us to deal with. But we are going to try and deal with it as best we can. We are well behind on the points now. We are 400 points down. We're also an extra 2 ships down. It's not looking good, is it? There are torpedoes. It's sets of 3. That is telling me that we have a Fubuki down there somewhere. Looking at the angle that they're coming in on, I'm telling Tom we're just going to have to turn up and go back to the centre. But there is the Ramat, the nasty little HE spamming bar steward. He is a fire starter, a wicked fire starter. I never seem to have much luck with these ships in starting fires. I can honestly blat out 200 rounds, and even with a build to give me a better fire chance, I literally cannot start fires. But there is one of the destroyers. He is there in the smoke screen, and Tom and I are like, let's run him down. We've got to go into these guys now. I'm spotted. We know the Fubuki is behind us. And as I've said in previous videos, it is easier to avoid torpedoes coming at you from the rear because your obviously speed you're going away from them means that they have to catch up with you. But we are spotted, so it's obviously that Fubuki behind us doing the spotting. There is the destroyer. We're going to put a couple of turrets out on him, and we don't get the kill again. Literally, it's like I can't even get a yoink on this one. But that battleship did a good job in getting rid of that destroyer. He's gone. It's one less thing to worry about. But now we've got two Hyugas. There are two more sets of torpedoes from the Fubuki. And it's like, we are literally sailing into the middle of everything here. And this is not where we want to be. I know I'm going to be broadside to one Hyuga. The other Hyuga is going around the top where that Ramat is. And I'm just thinking, broadside to one. If I turn an angle in, then the Fubuki is going to flat broadside for torpedoes. He's running a very fast reload on those, and I just don't know what to do from this point. But we go with the Ramat. We see that he's backing out a little bit, so we stagger the shells a little bit to the rear. And I think we get the square root of about 10 damage off that full salvo. The torpedoes are screaming in. There is the Hyuga. This is where I did not want to be. And I think the saving grace here is that not all his turrets came across the top of that hill. It's difficult. It's a scary situation. It was 4 players 3. It is now 3 players 3. 2 Hyugas in division, obviously communicating. I've got that third salvo from the Fubuki coming in on my flank. I'm on fire. I'm down to, 12,000 hit points there. I'm turning away. I'm thinking, oh crap. And they run out. That is probably the luckiest I have been in this game. But I've got nowhere to go. I need to keep moving away because I know those torps will maximum range. So I'm going to now try and turn into the Hyuga that's coming around the top and try and get some shells through the front of this guy. We put them out there. Tom is extremely low health. We get a bit of damage off him. It's not looking good at all, is it? But Tom absolutely slaps that Hyuga off my front. Nobody is in range for Will to rebuild. The Fubuki is there behind us, and now it's a question of can we survive? I can't get my guns round quick enough. Tom is clinging on, literally, but this Hyuga has got him dialed in. I'm down to 4,000 hit points. It is not looking good. We put a full salvo through. We knock out his turret. We take a good chunk of his health. Pick up a high caliber. Tom is still clinging on. We kill the Hyuga. But Tom goes out. And what I failed to point out there, right at that point, is that Tom had picked himself up a Kraken. I've only got AP loaded. It's 1v1. Battleship on, what have I got? 3,000 health against a full health Fubuki. I'm sure he's put torpedoes out. You will see me turn. You will see me slam the engines into reverse and try and bring this turn in tighter. But him popping into smoke is giving me a chance to load high explosive. He's only fired 2 sets. This is when you should have quit Fubuki. You should have turned and run. They are on 900 points plus. We are still 500 points behind. He could have sailed away and had this one in the bag. My HE's loaded. I know you're out here somewhere. Now you're going to try for guts or glory. Now, you've seen me do this a few times before, where I've waited and waited for a destroyer. He needs this kill. He should have just fired his guns. He should have just run. So many things he could have done, and instead he throws the game for red and gives it to blue. I pick up a high caliber, a dreadnought, and a dev strike on the Fubuki, but as I said, this one wasn't about me. This one was about a massive game from Tom, and between us, we picked up 7 of the 9 red team kills. GG's all around there. Those Hyugas, I think, probably had that game won. until they lost focus. If I'd have been taken out, that would have been red team hands down. But I hope you've enjoyed that one. Again, it's another game with an explosive finish, less than a minute to the end. 50 points in it, he could have run. Stick around, smash the like button, leave me a comment, tell me what you thought of that one, and click one of these links and watch another video. If you haven't subscribed, please do hit that subscribe button, tell your friends to come along, help me get up past 800 and on the way to that 1,000. Take care, goodbye.